having some emotion for once, where I'm not crying and wah, wah, poor me. I'm actually having some ludicrous thoughts, I guess. Ludicrous. Probably, has something to do with the taper, but mainly events in people's lives are what causes thoughts. And yeah, I've been laughing. That's good. That's very good. This is twice today now that I've laughed. And that's a positive thing. I must look at that as a very good positive step forward. I have been emotionless, it feels like. It feels like I haven't been able to laugh at anything, that everything is super serious and that I'm basically being pummeled and I just have to lay there motionless, frozen, which I have been to my chair for about 5 years now. My back is horrible. I can't stand longer than 10 minutes. That's the absolute truth of it all. I need to see a chiropractor, but it is an hour away, and circumstances being, it costs money, and I was thinking of weddings today. Again, I listened to Billie Jean and had a flashback to a psychospiritual breakthrough that I had where I drove down to Battle Creek from Lansing area where I was living, and there was this huge wedding going on while Billie Jean by Michael Jackson was playing in the car, which has always been a very special song to me because I consider myself Jilly Bean. And anyway, there was a wedding going on in Battle Creek, and all I could think of was poor fucking kids, starving kids shooting each other, just horrifying imagery while people were celebrating and having a great time while my life was falling apart at that time. And I really saw the other side of things. And I empathize greatly with everyone now, whereas before I was blind. I thought the things that I suffered from were great compared to some of what other people suffer from, and which I currently suffer from. Daily torture, daily drugging from the government to control me, to kill me, in essence, 25 years before my time against my will. This is something that is very, very part of the human condition we are in. This is kids bullying other kids until that person can't cope anymore, and a mental imbalance. I don't like to really use that word, but I have to because I'm a Libra. So it's really hard to get away from balance when I am supposed to be balancing the scales, and I do. So anyway, language is important. I'll just leave it at that, and say that forced drugging causes big problems in living. Problems in living for the people who are being forced drugged. And it causes them for everyone around them as well. It is not a fix in any way. It is the wrong thing to do. And that is my testimony. It has been done to me, and these people should not have to work at a job just to make money, force drugging people against their will. This job is a horrible job to have. Can you imagine torturing people for a living? Well, this job goes into Medicare. It goes into all of the people that work at the community mental health here in Ontonagon. It goes into the governmental systems and the judicial system. Judge Burgess up here in Ontonagon is responsible. This is a court order. I am by law required to have my human rights violated. And I only can say that because of the United Nations and the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. 178, I believe, countries now have ratified the CRPD, which declares that forced psychiatric drugging is torture. I wouldn't say that if it wasn't the truth. I am as honest as they come. I try to be more and more honest, and I invite you to look at my life and hear my story, and let me know if you see any glaring dishonestly. I know I exaggerate at times, and I've tried very hard as a person over my years of existence to not exaggerate. I am being tortured. I am not exaggerating, and I am not under any sort of delusion. 178 countries agree with my assessment of my situation here on planet Earth. Now that leaves the doctors responsible. The house of cards of psychiatry, the science is, there is no science. There never was. There's just been very, very good marketing. And as an previous advertiser for 12 years for the Lansing State Journal, I testify that the marketing of pharmaceuticals for supposed mental illness has been, has hoodwinked the American public and the world public. And we have to stop, take a look at the marketing, take a look at the science that really exists, and be very critical in our assessment of what is mental illness. We are humans. We are fallible. We have created the social construct of mental illness. There was no such thing as bipolar until it was invented. There is no bipolar found in the brain or in the body or in the mind, which is, anyway, we can talk philosophy and theory all day long, but this video is getting very long and nobody watches long videos. So I'll be short-winded and invite you to look at the Coalition to End Forced Psychiatric Drugging on Facebook. And shortly, within a couple months here, I'll be up and running the CSX movement page and updating that a little bit more often. I would invite you to come to the future Zoom meetings we will be holding as soon as I have the capabilities to do so. Join the CSX movement, Consumers, Survivors, and Ex-Patients of Psychiatry. My name is Jill Kesty. Thank you for listening.